Mall Santas of Reddit. What is the weirdest thing a kid asked for Christmas? My 3-year-old son asked Santa once for a baby rhino. Santa told him that the baby rhino's mama would be very sad to lose her baby though. Then my son said, "Okay, well I'll take the mama too. Maybe she can sleep in my mom's bed." Good comeback by a quick thinking Santa, haha. Not a Santa, but I have been a Mrs. Claus for the last few years and I always ask the kids what they want while we do our crafts. My favorite was this 4 to 5-year-old girl that told me she wanted one of those loud horns. She made a gesture like she was using those canned air horns and she made a little horn sound. She said she wants to use it to wake up her baby brother when he naps in the daytime so he knows what it's like. Good reasoning skills. That kid's going places. Petty. I like her. Not a Santa but an elf. I read a letter, maybe I shouldn't have, from a child who asked for a dolphin. Specifically not autistic. Not sure if he had had a bad experience with disabled dolphins or what, but he was about 6 years old. He's learned the hard way that wishes need to be extremely specific. My sister asked Santa for black men for Christmas. She meant men in black. My aunt, apparently even young, sat on Santa's lap and asked for 3 black babies. To this day no one in our family knows what she meant. Kids are weird. She probably literally wanted 3 black babies. I was an assistant manager for a mall Santa with NOR programs. There was a special needs 20-something black guy that would come by nearly every day. He easily weighed more than 250 pounds, so we did eventually convince him to sit next to Santa instead of on his lap. Every time he had to remind Santa what he wanted for Christmas. His list was Home Alone on DVD, Straight Outta Compton on DVD, and Prince's 1999 album on CD. Santa was awesome and brought him the Prince CD a few days before Christmas. What year was this? Please say recently. 2016. That's beautiful. I once asked for bread with no crust come Christmas Day. I actually got an entire loaf of bread with no crust. Did you get other stuff as well, or was it a super easy out for your folks? Edit. Word. I got other stuff as well, but the bread was definitely the highlight of my Christmas. I got 2 loaves of crustless bread and I'm pretty sure I deleted them both in less than a week. Not a mall Santa. My friend was one. He said that the weirdest thing he heard from a kid was a husband for his mom. That's sweet. Unless she already had a husband, boyfriend. He wants a poly mom. For me to stop upholding this charade. You sit on a throne of lies. You smell like beef and cheese. You smell like beef and cheese. You don't smell like Santa. There was a joke a radio host told that I heard about 10 years ago or so, and there was a mall Santa and this kid, and the kid wanted a Tonka truck that had a hitch or crane hook or something. And when it comes time to tell Santa what he wants, the kid says, "I want a truck with a hooker." What a coincidence, kid. Your dad asked for the same thing. I know the weirdest thing I asked for was a pen that could write like a pen. Pencil, marker, and crayon. I'd never seen one but was sure Santa could make it. I got a 4-color pen instead. All they needed to do was put a marker on one, a crayon on another, and a pencil in the last. Good idea. After waiting 2 hours in line, my daughter asked Santa for a hot dog. My daughter asked for pancakes one year. It was very cute, but then I had to get up and make pancakes on Christmas morning instead of being lazy. My daughter is 2 and this was her first year talking to Santa. She asked for pancakes too. Heads to hot dog on a stick. After Santa is real, Mom. Many years ago, a small girl would not tell her mother what she wanted for Christmas. Mom told me the problem and I was to tell her after the kid jumped off my lap. The little girl hopped up and told me she wanted some makeup and some tits. Okay, now I have to tell Mom. Jimmy, you broke Santa. Did you end up telling her, Mom? And what was the expression on her face? My uncle was a Santa and he told me that one year a kid asked for a coffee maker because he wanted to start his own Starbucks coffee stand instead of a lemonade stand. Apparently business was not very good as a lemonade stand, but he noticed a lot of adults drink coffee, so he'd make coffee. That kid is probably a millionaire now. My older daughter, 10, timed her lemonade stands for when there were open houses in the neighborhood and she could catch all the strangers coming to look at the new house. She also talked her sister into being the frontline seller because people like buying things from cute little girls with blue eyes. It was both some impressive observation and somewhat creepy how matter of fact she was about it. I just hope she doesn't end up becoming the next Elizabeth Holmes. She has a good instinct for marketing. I once asked Santa for my parents to get a divorce. Savage. Smart kid. Twice the presents. Not Santa. My kid, when he was younger, had a habit of visiting Santa once to ask for gifts, and then a few more times during the season just to say hi. Mom, can I see Santa? There's no kids over there and he looks lonely, so I could hang out with him. Santa came to daycare. I didn't ask him for presents. I just reminded him that I was good this year. Good kid, smiley face. A piece of toast. I like bread. Username checks out. I like toast. Was a Santa at a party last week. A kid asked for a whistle that she could blow at night to wake her mom up and scare her when she was sleeping. I said, no, that would put you on the naughty list. Let your mom sleep, you little gremlin. Mom laughed. Good Santa. I wish I could casually refer to kids as gremlins without being vilified. So literally last night we took my kids to see Santa, and when asked what she wants for Christmas, she says, a surprise. Santa was so surprised he didn't know what to say. What is the surprise? You can't keep us hanging. We won't know till Christmas, shush. Just look in the closet. I'm a teacher. I had one of my most difficult, obstinate, button-pusher kids come in at recess to talk to me. He said he was worried he would not get what he really wanted, to be a real elf, move to the North Pole and make all the presents. He had tears in his eyes and was the most sincere I had ever seen. Made me really appreciate how hard life was at home. He just wished for a way out. When I was like 9, I wrote a goodbye letter to my parents telling them Santa was going to pick me up and take me to the North Pole. I sat out in our car and waited on Santa to show up and take me away. The most dumb thing about this was that it was the middle of the summer. That's not dumb. They gotta make the presents year-round. Source materials. Coordinate shipments. Hire contractors. Repair machinery. It's a year-round business. Summer would actually be prime time to hire. Hope isn't dumb. My kid asks Santa for Thor's hammer. Christmas morning he opens up Thor's hammer. So happy. First thing he did was chuck it across the living room and into the kitchen. Dishes smash. Glass all over the floor. Kid was fucking pissed it didn't come back to him. The look on his face. Pure Christmas devastation. I'm not a mall Santa, but I heard this kid say, sex doll. You should have seen his parents' face. Probably for his parents, to be honest. The kid got their parents back. Not a mall Santa, but once my sister asked Santa if she could have a horse's head and an ice cream cone. She explained that she was gonna paint the ice cream cone the color of the horse. Stick it on Mount the horse's head to the wall and tell her friends she killed a unicorn. She doesn't remember. Such a sweet little coyote, my god. I know, she scares me. She's 7 now. When I was a kid I asked for a Komodo dragon reindeer eggs so he could start his own franchise. That kid's name, Jeff Bezos. That's just his real head. Kid sat on your lap and asked for your resume.
Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.